Off we go from Denver. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Broncos at 8-1 on the year, and they come in off a loss which snapped that impressive 8-game winning streak.
Well, you'll never be able to get a team to admit that a loss is a good thing. It's never in any team's DNA. But sometimes it relieves a little bit of the pressure, and now they can start fresh.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Nick Folk for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Prescott on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. Prescott now. He sets to fire deep. And it'll be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he gets this up past the 30.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They'll look to throw here. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And again, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way in.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Prescott's throw into the hands of Fant. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
First down, Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from adding another catch to his big start.
On second down, McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. third and short yardage. Prescott. He's got his tight end fan. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Five yards remain on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Looking in zone for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him.
And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
the gun, McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the half, Prescott. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And oh, it'll be intercepted. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to... Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there at 22.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll try again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Raiders are back within a score. Extra point by Mevis is up and good, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
130 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. They'll set up a throw. And now here is another interception.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play action now. Prescott. Here's Johnson with a reception. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dak Prescott scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Raiders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
Prescott on 1st down. And now here is another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll look to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Folk's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time was well for a solid gain.
And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he gets this up past the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Going quickly here to Thomas. Touchdown, Broncos. Michael Thomas, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throws on target to Duvernay.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Prescott. And now here is another interception.
And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. McCaffrey running up the middle.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Well, a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram from 17 yards out. And the Broncos are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 24. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they will take a knee here. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for Denver, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.